My God, we are back after that debacle last weekend. No Alexa, no internet. I mean, it was just all over the place. But I didn't know if you guys noticed in Discord, I did recap both session 59 and 60 to make sure that, we were caught up on that. But I'm going to do a quick recap on both of those really quick just to get us there. And then next week, we are going to do a level 10 one-shot with a prequel called The Children of Whitestone. It tells us the origin story of one of the people in our so far 2 campaign series, campaign 1, campaign 2. It's actually in both campaigns, so it should be interesting to see if you guys can figure out who it is. But Session 59, The Watcher. The session began immediately following the explosion of the engineering platform on Rockhaven. As the dust settled, a portal tore open, admitting 3 Minotaurs and a beholder named Abercrombie. Despite a valiant defense, including Forn sniping from the roof and Melody summoning a unicorn, the party was overwhelmed by the beholder's paralysis and telekinesis. Abercrombie neutralized the party, tossed them along with the treacherous gnome Hollowbrook Greyburn through the portal. The party emerged in the Panagrip Sands, overlooking a massive valley teeming with Fey forces and Minotaurs. They witnessed a colossal excavation of a 200-foot sand sculpture resembling Aerotreo's mother. Escorted by across a summer Eladrin, they entered a biodome radiating Feywild energy, where they met the Sandman, an ancient archfey appearing as a petulant 12-year-old boy. The Sandman revealed that the Heart Star is not merely a gem, but a legendary Githyanki astral ship buried beneath the sands. He demanded Aerotreo's help to open up the monolith's inner gates, which were sealed with celestial writing referencing Divini. The group interrogated Greyburn, learning his superior is someone by the name of Oblum, a changeling zealot leading the Iron Collective with the goal of wiping out the material plane mortals to reclaim Exandria for the Fae. Later, Forn witnessed the Sandman eating Greyburn's brain to extract information. The party retreated to their guest tent, where Professor Jabotra summoned his husband, Giancarlo, to help translate the Githyanki logs. Crossroads. The party utilized a magnificent mansion to rest before sneaking out under the cover of Pass Without a Trace. On their way to the excavation site, they spotted an invisible imp named Methil. Melody charmed the fiend, learning his master was named Crick, or Old Bones, before Giancarlo eliminated the Mephit. Reaching the base of the monolith, they encountered massive brass doors bearing celestial markings. Aerotreo successfully opened the gate by reciting the names of the prime deities. Stepping through, the party entered a magical void where items became inert, eventually emerging into the interior of the buried Githyanki astral ship. Once in the engine room, Forn attempted to repair a fractured conduit using the Heart Star, but this triggered a dangerous energy overload. With the ship threatening to incinerate them, Aerotreo summoned a spiritual weapon to physically remove the unstable Power Stone, saving the group. Exploring further, they found a sealed pilot's chamber containing the corpse of the captain, Vakar. Unable to penetrate the room's anti-magic wards, they moved to the crew's quarters, breaking open stasis pods to cast Speak with the Dead. After a series of corpse-like conversations, they revealed their mission was to purge Exandria of illithids over 2,400 years ago. But they were mysteriously ambushed, but they were not aware of who ambushed them. When asked about their second in command, the corpse named him Anadog and revealed he was located in the weapons room. However, where we last left off, precisely as this information was being revealed, Forn's alarm spell had gone off. Unfortunately, this alarm spell had failed, and therefore, when it went off is when the failed effect kicked in. As far as we know, Forn is now unconscious on the floor.
That's right.
The rest of you staring at him. What would you guys like to do?
Do we hear the alarm go off, or do we just see foreign?
No, unfortunately, it's not the way it works.
Okay.
It's
Only
basically
in my head.
and not only that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the person who tripped it is aware that it's gone off either.
Okay.
Basically, the connection of the spell between Forn and the material component of alarm psychically triggers inside Forn's head. Unfortunately, it was a failed spell. So you guys are now for some reason, staring down at the unconscious form of Forn.
I'll rush over and sort of grab up his head and put lay on hands into him. I'll put 5 points of lay on hands into him.
Okay.
Warren, you okay? Does he
Did
wake
that wake
up?
me up?
Well, yeah. I mean, you basically, like, you feel the healing energy. That psychic blast was the failure of your spell. You're not even sure if anyone actually triggered the spell. It could have been anything. It could have been an animal. It could have been a creature. All you know is that tells you that someone definitely kind of like went through the silver thread that the alarm spell was material component was, but you're not really sure if it's a direct threat or not. It does at least let you know that your initial spell cast for it had gone poorly.
I think someone triggered my alarm. Ow.
You have any idea who? Does it work like that?
No, Oh, got a hell of a headache now too.
Where was that alarm set?
It was at the entrance of the ship.
Okay.
Was that the entrance? Is that the entrance of the excavation site?
Or the excavation site, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's all the way back
all the way back to the entrance.
Like out by Eritrea's mom's face?
Yeah, it's like where you guys caught the
Brass
wizard.
door?
Yeah, at the brass doors. Yeah, all the
Oh,
way back
gotcha.
at the brass doors.
Yep. Before
Okay.
the willing ourselves through it part.
Guys,
Well,
what is our plan here? It doesn't seem like we can pilot this ship. Do we need to get out?
I know. Don't we still have 7 other bodies in the stasis pods? Do we want to keep talking to them, or are we worried that someone dangerous is coming towards us?
They could have been going out, as far as I know. They out or in, I don't know. But I mean, I can try and go lay some traps at the entrance where we started. But remember, the number 2 guys who we were looking for, he's in
Yes,
the
exactly. What's
the munitions closet.
Amadog or something?
Anadog.
Anadog. So, Ford, and I want to roll because I assume you only have 5 hit points right now. I will cast.
You know, it's Sunday night when we start off with an Eritrea cast.
Well, if he's going to go set traps, I want to make sure the guy's not there. Let's. All right, that's a nat 20. So
Ooh.
Next one's automatically a success, and this one goes off without a hitch.
cool. All right, good start.
So I have an odd question about the Nat 20 thing. Does it, because I don't know if we've clarified it before. If you roll a Nat 20 on a spell cast, the next spell, regardless of level or same level or lower?
No, regardless.
Nice.
Any spell you want to cast next is automatically a success on natural 20.
Okay.
That's why natural ones are so deadly.
Yeah. I could see, like, if I'm casting a first level spell and I get a Nat 20 on that roll, you better believe if I got a 9th level spell, that's what's going next.
That's what it's
Well,
there
that
for.
is 30 or 45 points back to you. Oh wait. Oh no, wait! I got to roll 2 more d8s. My bad.
Hey.
So I said 45 plus 9, 54.
All right.
Damn.
I am 2/3 healthy.
Excellent. Hey, that's better than
Yeah, I mean, Forn is never truly healthy, but
Right.
at least mentally.
Right. that never heals, you know.
And
Even greater restoration doesn't do anything for that.
and everybody's together, right? John Carlo's there, Cora's
Yep,
there,
yeah,
everybody's together.
Mhm.
Does Giancarlo have any skills in setting traps as well, or is he just straight rogue?
No, I don't know if he has. Let me get his thing pulled up.
He's
I don't think he
skillless.
has any spells. If he's straight rogue,
He has
he
no
should-
spells. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's-
okay.
he's
Yeah,
straight
John
rogue.
Carlo's pure eye candy.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
actually
I was
about-
gonna
I'm
have him
typing up
come
a
and help
message.
me, but yeah.
I was gonna go with you for another thing, but I'm typing up a message in Discord right now, so I'll let you know that stuff.
Yeah. So the number 2 is in the weapons room. Let me go start
Yeah.
setting traps, and you all go break out the number 2.
All right. Yeah, I went ahead towards the weapons room.
I assume Cora's going with you because she
Yeah, I'll
was
say
cracking,
Cora's going with Eritrea to.
she was cracking open all the pods.
Yep. So Eritrea and Cora heading down to the weapons room. What's Melody, Forn, Jabaltros, and Giancarlo doing?
Foreign is going back
Um,
towards where we came in, where that entryway was to set traps.
Giancarlo is going to go with Thorn. I think the professor is going to kind of stay in the bridge area with Eritrea and Melody. And I just shot you a message in Discord.
Eritrea's heading down to the weapons room with Cora.
Okay, that's sorry, typing up. Yeah, that's what I want. Forgive me.
So Giancarlo's item, Hat of Disguise Self, is there a spell DC associated to that?
There's not. It just uses your spell DC, like your characters. Like I'll put the text in there, but
In the base
It's-
spell
it's
DC,
seniors-
just your if you don't have the
They're-
proficiency bonus, it's
It's
just
like
your
a 10,
intelligence.
I think.
Yeah, it's just your intelligence.
I think it's 10 plus your intelligence.
yeah,
okay, 10 plus your intelligence.
Yep.
All right,
Modifier.
So that's not great. Or modifiers, but it's a 15,
Yeah.
so that's fine. So that'll be a 15.
Okay. So that's
All right,
your
I was
base.
curious.
That's your baseline DC. No, it's a good question.
All right. So that was the thing, because Giancarlo is going to head out with Thorn, and the professor is going to head out with the others down to the weapons deck.
Melody, what do you? So, Forn, you're heading out to set traps.
Yep.
Eritrea and Cora are heading down to the weapons room. Professor Jabaltros is staying with Melody, but Giancarlo's heading out with you, Forn. So, what are Professor Jabaltros and Melody doing? Are you two staying behind in the cruise chambers, in the pilot's chamber, or what are you two doing?
Have we inspected any of the Levified Get Yankee to see if they have any spare power stones?
they just had the dead ones on their system.
Okay.
Yeah, like each of the internal stasis chambers all had like cracked or discharged stones. That's why their stasis chambers no longer work.
And it's not power stones; it's specifically like the Heart Star stone that we gathered
I got you.
back at the thing earlier. Very different stone with a lot more power.
Where are you? Sorry. Get too many windows open.
Well, I don't actually feel like there's a ton for Melody to do right now, so maybe I'll just go down with Forn in case this guy, gets here before we have a chance to set traps.
Okay.
Just find a mirror to brush your hair in.
Yeah.
Actually, the smooth surface of those stones is very shiny. So
Mhm. Yeah.
It's true. They are very shiny. Eritrea, you and Cora head back down the scaffolding stairwells to where you guys originally came in through the. You guys never really figured out what that was, right? That you passed through, like you went through you like stepped through that void and it felt like you drifted forever, and then you suddenly kind of just appeared in that chamber, and then you took the chamber stairwells up into the scaffolding, and that's when you started heading up towards the pilot's chamber, and the only other door that you saw was a door that said weapons room. So it's relatively easy to find because you and Cora kind of like backtracked to where you had come in from, and sure enough, there's the door, and far as you can remember, that it should say in Githyanki, weapons room.
So we pretty much just all went to the same direction. And then he went to the other side door. Yeah.
Yeah, because you and Melody and Professor and Giancarlo are trying to figure out if you could establish any traps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got to come through the brass doors, make their way down the long hallway, and then eventually find access into the void chamber, and then pass through the void chamber. But it's still kind of like a weird thing that happens. So you're not entirely sure what that weird space actually means at this point. Eritro, give me a strength check as you try the door handle on the weapons room.
I rolled a natural 1 and my strength is a -1, so that's a 0.
Yeah, you go to try it. The door is weird. It's got like this push handle on it that you would press, and it feels like the door should swing open, but you notice it doesn't even budge. Cora reaches across and just kind of kicks it with her foot, and the door kind of bends inward and flies open.
Thank you, my lady.
There's no reason to call me that. She walks right by you. The interior of the weapons room is pretty much precisely what it sounds like. But what's interesting is there's 2 more doors in here. One door is the other end of the room to the right that says maintenance chamber. And then the other door to the left says engine room chamber on it in Githyanki. But this large round room that you and Cora end up inside, there are a lot of strange weapons in here. While a lot of them kind of mimic spears and glaives and daggers and swords and shields and suits of armor. All the armor is leather. All the weapons seem to be made from some strange black metal that doesn't look familiar to either you or Cora. There's also like these brass components with power stones embedded in them, kind of attached to these weapons as well. You watch as Cora grabs one of the spears. She presses down on the brass attachment, and you watch as energy begins to arc on the spearhead, just kind of crackling and arcing and kind of giving off these sharp snapping and electrical noises. She releases the brass fitting, and then it goes silent, no longer making those kind of little bright lightning and energy crackles anymore.
It's like it's some sort of saber of light. Interesting.
No, I think this is just fancy energy attached to weapons.
Yes.
I mean, does it feel like light? And she like picks up a dagger and she activates it and then presses the blade up against your shoulder, like, and you feel like this stun gun effect. She pulls it back really quick. She looks at it and then she touches her own arm with it. And you get the feeling these are devices that have been attached to the weapon purposely to possibly cause a stunning effect, to potentially stun the target of the weapon.
I think we should take a few of these. It wouldn't be that bad of an idea. I'm sure Thorn would be fascinated by something like this.
Cora puts 5 daggers into her backpack and she'll grab a spear.
Is it just daggers and spears? Weapons?
There's some glaives, there's some long swords, short swords, daggers, and then of course leather armor. Cora picks up a set of leather armor, and they've got these like brass fittings up on the pauldron area of the shoulders. She clicks them, and then like this kind of vibration noise occurs, and as she's holding the armor, suddenly Cora is blurring in and out, like she's literally like, it's almost like you're having a hard time seeing her. She then presses the device again, and it goes back to normal.
I think we should take some of it as well.
There are 3 sets of regular leather armor that you can find.
All right. Excellent. Now, as we're looking around, go ahead, Professor.
Okay. You said it's like just spears and daggers. Can Professor just kind of pick up one of the spears and just try, like, are there any like practice dummies or anything to try them out against?
I mean, there's not necessarily anything to practice on, but I mean, there's nearby crates and boxes and some things that you could easily take a jab at it with.
All right, I'll take a look with the spear, with one of the spears, just to see.
Yeah, I mean, you easily slam the spear into a nearby stack of boxes, and you watch as arcane energy kind of crackles across the boxes, and then kind of leaves a almost like either lightning effect behind or a charred, burnt surface behind. Other than that, it feels like a pretty normal spear, but just very well made.
Okay. So I'm going to take one of those and a spear, just kind of put my maul in my pack. So we'll kind of go with that and see how it works out.
Okay. Thorn, what traps are you setting up?
I was going to use the spell snare and set traps by the entrance.
Okay.
So I've got to roll for it, but hang on. It's level 1 spell. I'm going to roll. I'll assume I'll set 4 traps at the beginning.
Okay.
So I'll roll 4 dice. Get them all different colors to make it. Wow, they all succeeded. One just barely. I got the lowest I had was an 11 with modifiers. So, but it's a level 1 spell. So, so that would be 4 snare traps.
Okay.
Which are nearly invisible, requiring a successful intelligence check, investigation check against a 14 spell save DC. And then the trap triggers. They got to make a dex saving throw, also 14, or they're restrained.
Okay.
And so I assume I'm like spread those out in front of the entrance that we came in.
Okay. And it's weird because, I mean, where you guys came in through, as you stare at that part of the wall, I mean, there's no evidence of the void that you had come through. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a solid surface again. Kind of a combination of like metallic and stone wall. I mean, you could touch the surface of it. Nothing really seems to happen. So... but as far as you know, that's where you guys came through.
Mm-hmm. And I think I need to re-summon my homunculus again too.
Yes.
I think he got shattered. So I'll spend the rest of my time fixing him up real quick and jam another power stone in his head.
Okay.
What y'all find in there? Assuming you just through a door, like across the room, but through a door.
You're gonna love this, Thorn. And I ask Cora to hand him one of the daggers.
Yeah, she pulls out one of the daggers and tosses it over to Thorn.
I'll identify it real quick to get the specific name.
Sure, go for it.
That's 16 on the spell roll. So
it doesn't really identify as a traditional magical item. Mm-hmm. It's an augmented item. So while the weapon itself is finely crafted, the real power is in the brass fitting that has a small little bit of arcane stone inside of it. When you activate the brass fitting, a arcane energy or a kind of like static of electrical energy courses across the blade. Anyone who is hit by the blade has to make a DC Con 15 save or be stunned for up to a single round.
Ow.
So till the end of that person's next turn, then, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Right on.
And
Do I get an idea how many uses they have for that stone?
It didn't feel limited.
Okay.
Just feels
so
like
like
whenever
every
as long as you have the brass fitting activated, it feels like that the weapon's charge just goes off every time you use it.
Okay. I was more thinking for if it was a power stone on it, that I would have tried to make sure that we've got a limit.
Yeah, you'll never know till you take it apart. Take a look at it.
All right. You mind if I take one of these apart?
Cora will hand you
Not
another
a-
one.
This is not a look. These weapons are the dagger's plain. It's just the brass thing on it's giving it that extra little oomph. Definitely don't get hit by that. It'll stun you. It'll stun me.
Cora can't help herself. She touches you with the blade. gives you a little shock.
That doesn't help my headache at all.
You can have this one too.
I'll open my book since I've got the trap set. I'll open the tome of crafting, and that summons the unseen servant to help me try and take this thing apart and understand it better.
Okay.
So I get advantage on the tinker roll for that.
Yeah, if you're using the tome of crafting, that is correct.
That's an 18 plus intelligence or dexterity.
You're dex based.
I'm dex based, yeah, but
Yeah, so it'd be dex.
so
I
always sleight of hand or
Well, yeah, I mean,
because I'm taking it apart. So
Yeah, it's sleight of hand for taking it apart.
okay, well that's a 30 for the taking it apart then.
All right. As you begin to pull the brass mechanism apart, this thing that they've made is probably the most advanced thing you've ever seen. The way that they have kind of like put all these different fittings together, and as you pull all these fittings apart, there is a very tiny marble-sized stone that would almost look like a pearl, except it's giving off little tiny arcs of blue and white energy, like crackling, as you retrieve the little pearl stone out of the brass casing that was holding it, which immediately causes the whole thing to like not function anymore. The moment you pull that apart, it no longer functions.
But the pearl still has power to it, right? Or is
Pearl
it just,
still has power to it.
okay? Could I try on the fly to modify my rifle with this? Like using the components that I took off of the dagger to try and find a way to modify my rifle for just a stun, like make it a stun gun, a ranged stun gun, I guess is what I'm thinking of.
Give me another tinker check on that.
Okay. With a sleight of hand, it would be a 24.
Yeah, your challenge is the trigger assembly. You'd have to completely disassemble, reformat it, assemble it, and then put it back in. You would need at least a tinkerer's workbench to do that level of work.
Okay, then I'll pack that up. The one dagger, I only took one dagger apart, so we're at 3 daggers now. I think you said
And with
4.
the portable hole, we should grab as many of these as possible.
Right.
And like, just,
Out of curiosity, we're in an armory. Is there not like a desk for, or sorry, not a desk, a workbench for him to use?
I grabbed the portable hole and toss it over to one of you guys.
yeah,
Just
like,
load
like
What
shoving
about
all these weapons into the pool. Just like
So as Eritrea and Cora get to work, it takes about a half an hour to collect it all. Professor, give me an investigation check as you start looking around for more detailed information. Eritrea, between you and Cora, you'll collect 24 spears,
Investigation.
48 daggers, 24 long swords, 24 short swords. And that's what you're able to find weaponized. There were really only 3 suits of leather armor that you saw. I would also say that all of you remember that when you were doing the Speak with Dead thing last session, all the Githyanki were wearing leather armor, and they all had inactive brass fittings on their leather armor.
I wanted to actually toss one of the leather armors to Foreign and be like, what do you think about this thing?
Y'all got all kinds of stuff in here. All right. I'll identify the leather armor.
Okay.
But
All right.
I think Professor was doing something first, but yeah.
You're fine. You asked me to make an investigation check.
Yeah.
17.
17? Okay. Professor, as you are like watching everyone kind of take a hand at collecting all the equipment and you know, Foreign is examining the leather armor, there's no real administrative area within this room. It's just equipment stacked neatly everywhere. But you do come across a strange pedal or pressure plate in the center of the room. It's slightly elevated by maybe 1/4 of an inch. It's about the size of a paver stone. But it looks like it's designed to be pressed on. Like, it doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like something you're supposed to interact with.
So ominous to say. It doesn't feel like a trap.
It actually
I'm a
activates the
wise
mimic.
bird.
It's a mimic.
Yeah. The entire ship is a mimic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, given that, I'd like to go ahead and summon Brightquill.
Brightquill comes into existence in the armory. Bit of a tight fit, but he's there.
Hey, Brightquill, do me a favor. Stand on this this switch real fast.
I don't want to.
Well, you'll just go back to the Feywild if anything happens. You're fine.
So you summon me to trigger a trap because okay, he presses his hoof on the pressure plate, and the pressure plate makes a clicking sound. And as soon as it clicks, you watch as in the very center of the room, a strange object like this, like a brass diode, drops from the top of the center of the room, hovers, stops dropping at about 8 feet above, begins to crackle with a little bit of energy, and then standing exactly where Brightquill is, you see a illusionary projection of a Githyanki. But this Githyanki looks very different. They are wearing kind of resplendent robes. They have a crown, like this thin gold and silver crown on. Their hands are behind their back. They have very long white gray hair. But the typical physical characteristics of a Githyanki are definitely present. This feels like a leader of some type. And then the illusion begins to speak. Very good, Anadrag. I could see that you've come here for your orientation for the equipment upon which you've been issued. While the leather armor is something you should be familiar with, some of the other items are not. And just in case any maintenance or repairs required, in the other maintenance room, we have given you enough power pearls, brass fittings, and other equipment and components to allow you to continue your good works. And don't forget to retrieve the item from the number 2 engine room. That may be required as well. Per usual, upon completion of your first task of your responsibility, you are expected to contact us. good luck. And then the illusion just kind of fades out.
All right. I assume that was all in GIF.
Correct.
All right. So I'm going to go over to, Giancarlo and the professor are going to kind of relay that message to the other people since we can understand GIF Yankee.
Okay.
So just
Everyone. So this is what some of the equipment that we have here is doing. There is apparently an item in the number 2 engine room.
is there anything that we see in here that is like a diagram of what is on each level, or is it all just a complete blank slate?
No, it's all like purposely minimalized is what it feels like. There's, other than the signs on the doors, there's really no other kind of helpful information or instruction about the different rooms or about possible other rooms or locations. Get that feeling that might be done on purpose.
All right. Given that he served his purpose here, I'm going to have, and he's a griffin, so he can kind of do what he wants to do. I'm going to ask Brightquill to kind of scout out other rooms and just see if he finds anything interesting. And he's a familiar, so I'll know if he gets nuked. But yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm going to change into something a little bit easier to maneuver. And he turns into this like tiny little fairy creature who begins to like kind of fly over to the other side of the armory. Cora opens up engine room number 2, and you watch as Brightquill disappears through the door and starts flying down the long stairs beyond that door. Cora then opens up the other door, and to the illusion's credit, the other room is just filled with lots of different spare parts. Almost everything is either compartmentalized as components of the items you found, or potentially parts that would be used for the Githyanki ship. No, the only thing in there that Cora would retrieve for you guys to look at, she does find a small metal case filled with 100 of those power pearls inside. The leather armor that you identified, Foreign, it is leather armor of blur. So whenever you activate the little brass component, you basically have the blur effect up to a minute, and that can be used twice per short rest.
Got it. Nice. Was someone else talking in there?
Not to my knowledge. We still have to find this an Endag.
Anadag.
Dag.
I mean, I was still in the main room, so I was in the back room like yo.
I mean, as far as you know, the corpse.
I heard another voice making sounds. That's why I was like, "Who? What's that noise?"
Well, there was the illusion.
Right, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as you know, the corpse mentioned that there should be a second in command based in the weapons room, but you have yet to find him.
All right.
Maybe in engine room 2. Is he not in the, have we seen him in there?
Well, the one body said he was in the weapons room.
Yeah,
Well, we've been in the weapons room. We didn't see him, right?
So
Unless
far,
we're talking about the illusion we just looked at.
But the
No,
illusion
'cause
was
that was
talking to Anadag.
Oh, he was. I missed the name that he was saying.
Buddy.
So
Well, let's go to the other weapons, or is it the other engine room?
Yeah. Engine room.
yeah. One room was the maintenance room. Brightquill is currently on his way down to check out engine room number 2. And in the maintenance room, you do also find another door for engine room number 3.
All right.
Does anyone have this mapped out properly? I don't want us to get lost. It's just getting awfully complicated.
I mean, I remember how to go back where we came from.
That's all that matters. Terrible with directions.
Cora looks at Foreign. Do you really? Because she's like pressing on the solid wall, where you guys had come through.
I mean, to here, not to get out of here, but to get to this point right here.
Well, getting out of here would be fine too, I think. At some point. Not now. I mean, there's a lot of cool shit in here, but I mean, at some point, we probably should leave. We don't really have the ability to pilot this thing, do we?
Well,
We don't even
tried-
really know what this ship looks like, technically.
Not yet, but we'll find out. It wouldn't be the first thing I piloted without knowing what it was.
No. More career successes. Good for you.
Hey, I stole a giant golem thing and piloted it all the way down to the bottom of Jrusar. So I didn't know what that thing was, except that we killed the pilot.
I want to
Oh.
start towards engine room number 3.
Okay. As you check the door, it's a little heavy to budge. Give me a strength check on that one there, Eritrea, as you go to try to force the door open.
Ah! Gosh, I rolled a 2, so a 1.
No.
Cora just smiles and, comes up alongside you, and she like really heavily forces the door open, and she just looks at you. It's a good thing you're pretty. And she walks through the door.
I feel like he
Dies for the day.
I feel like he tries to shoulder the door open and just damages his own shoulder.
See, I wonder if it's something simpler than that he's trying to pull it open. It's a push door.
Yeah.
Just saying that,
So there- So for you, Eritrea, you can see a set of stairs that lead down into the darkness. But as soon as you and Cora step onto the platform, all of these lights begin to flicker on. All these stones that are meant to illuminate the stairwell start clicking on. And then, looking down, it maybe goes down about 120, 140 feet down towards what might just be another room similar to the room that Forn repaired. You get the feeling that this definitely accounts for at least 3 of the engines so far.
Are there any other stasis pods, Githyanki, anywhere around?
Give me an investigation or perception on that one, Eritrea.
Perception 9. Come on.
So far, no other stasis pods. Professor Brightcool will come back from engine room number 2, and he'll describe pretty much exactly like the first engine room that you guys found. The only difference is you get the feeling that the Brightcool is describing a damaged conduit similar to what Forn repaired. That might be why when Forn repaired the one he was working on, had such a intense amount of feedback on it, because it would seem that the other ones may not work.
All right, so I'll go over and I'll let Forn know what's going on and that we have. The projection said something about something going on in engine room 2. Did Brightcrow come back with anything interesting other than, hey, there's a damaged conduit? Or
I mean, not really. I mean, he would have described that it looks exactly like engine room number 1.
all right, so I'll just relay that to Forn.
Oh, he would have described 2 more doors, another maintenance hatch, and engine room number 4.
All right, so go on with that. Just like,
Okay, well, it appears engine room number 2 has another conduit that's been damaged, similar to the first one, and there's a corridor leading to engine room number 4 and another door.
All right, look, we can be running around here for hours. Let me try something. I want to try and cast locate object,
Okay.
but specifically describing one of the stasis pods, but the stasis
Yeah.
pod belonging to Anagon.
Anadag?
And a dag. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like and a dog.
Are
and a
you
dag.
right? Oh, and a dag. Oh, we're in
And a
snacks,
dag.
and I'm Brad
And a
Pitt.
dag
Yeah,
as
okay.
well.
He's from Boston. It's Anadag.
Yeah,
And a
dude.
dag. What do you need a bloody caravan for? That's an 18 on that roll.
So you're good. Thinking of what the other stasis chambers look like that you've seen so far. What's the range on locate object? 1,000 feet?
1,000 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. At the very edge of your range, 1,000 feet down at the bottom, you pick up a stasis chamber. Is definitely down there. But you get the feeling it's beyond where these other rooms are. So you get the feeling that maybe engine room number 3 has a door that's meant to lead to engine room number 5. Or maybe the maintenance door in engine room number 3 has maybe goes somewhere else. You're not really sure.
All right, look, we got to find a hatch. I can feel it. I got a sensation at the edge of the limit of my skills, but it's straight down. We got to find hatches or doors somewhere else around here that we can get down to it. So
the ladder going down in engine room 3. You think we need to go down there, or was I just not hard enough?
It's a start.
All right. I'm going to want to start to head down that direction. Hopefully we don't get another blast of energy that nearly kills us.
Air Trios, you and Cora head down those stairs. You end up in another familiar looking engine room. And, once again, the conduit looks broken. And you see another door and 2 more doors. One door that says maintenance and another door that would be describing engine room 5.
Ford, I think I found this room.
I'll activate my ring and fly down. It's a lot faster than climbing on ladders.
Yeah. As
Safer,
you and Cora and Eritrea take a look at that door, Cora opens up engine room 5 door. And this time, when she opens up engine room 5, you guys are immediately standing in front of another of that kind of like void energy. This is different. There's no stairwell. There's no nothing. It's just this like inky magical darkness that you can't see into, just like before when you first came through into that very first chamber.
If we turn around, but we're still within.
We haven't gone into it yet. Yeah.
We haven't gone in.
Correct. Because Cora's opened the door and the hallway goes in about 10 feet and then just kind of turns into a landing. And then hovering in front of the landing is just this like just black kind of void that seems to take up all the space.
Can I get any indication of if this is the same void that we entered earlier?
You can give me either insight or arcana.
Come on, I even tried a new dice. 9. I rolled a 2 and I have a
9?
plus
9. Could be. It doesn't seem different. Doesn't seem like it shouldn't be the same. Has the same aesthetic, same vibe. Very possibly could be the same energy.
All right. Look, I'll give it a shot. All right. And Foreign I walk into the void.
Houdini, knock it off.
As you step into the void, Foreign, you have that same familiar floating sensation. And then suddenly you feel like you're falling very rapidly. And then within a minute of that rapid fall, you feel yourself kind of stop and hover as if your ring of flying is kind of interacting still. And then you feel yourself kind of float through the space, and then a wall appears behind you. And you are in a completely different area of what feels like it's a massive chamber. It's like maybe 500 feet in diameter. But it's like it's completely empty except for when you stare at the center of the chamber, like 220 feet out towards the center of the chamber, you can see a stone about the size of a suitcase is like floating and rotating and then kind of pulsing and giving off light.
I'll activate my token that Eritreo has
Okay.
and just kind of tell him I got through, but there was a hell of a fall. Glad I had my ring on, otherwise that might have been bad. But in his big giant room, and some glowing, I don't know, suitcase size stone in the middle of the room. I'm gonna look at it first before I try to touch it, though, because that could be dangerous, like last time.
So, Ford, can you read Githyanki, or do you have any kind of like covering languages? All right. I'm gonna have Giancarlo try to locate you in the void. He's an astral pirate, so hopefully he's able to find this thing as well.
Yeah, within like about 5 minutes, Giancarlo steps through, and before long, you get the feeling that your ability to fly has very little to do with the effect of the void, because suddenly, like just kind of gently floating alongside you, is Giancarlo. The two of you are now in this large chamber. Professor, have Giancarlo give me a history check.
Sure. History check. What does he get? +1.
I'm gonna take a look at the ground, also make sure there's not any kind of traps or something, or if I need to do detect magic as well, make sure there's nothing.
He got a 16 on history.
16. If you want to do detect magic, you could. That could be useful.
Yep. That's a 4 for that roll. So
yeah, give me that D100, baby.
Percentile 53.
Okay.
3. No, I need arcane. Where are you? That's divine. I need arcane. 53. Giancarlo comes back from the lower engine room holding a chunk of cheese.
No one eats this. I believe this is fun. This is I do not know what is occurring here, but no manger le fromage. Yeah, that's do not consume this.
Can I send a message to the chunk of cheese and be like, Forn, is that you?
No response.
I don't know. I think it's just cheese. I think we could eat it.
I saw Mr. Fawn, Monsieur Fawn, attempt to cast a spell in the fifth engine room, the one that is out in the astral void, and I believe he failed rather spectacularly. And this is the result. I do not know beyond that. I have virtually no magical ability myself, but I know what I saw. One moment, Monsieur Fawn was here, and the next there was a wedge of cheese.
Cora smells it. Stinks.
I mean, it is Fawn. That tracks. That tracks.
You ever seen cheese bleed?
All right. Well. Okay, Forn is cheese, presumably for the next hour, unless maybe greater restoration or something.
Hey, Storyteller, I did post another thing in the Discord. It was if you're cool with it, I was replacing the Hat of Disguise self because it had never been used, and and 11 seemed stupid. But while I was in there, can Giancarlo try to cast Identify on the floating chunk of whatever it was that was in there, just to see if he gets anything on that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and give me a spell cast on that.
It's a 15, so it goes off.
Before he came up to show that Foreign had, become a chunk of cheese, he would have identified the what did identify? Yeah, because I'm assuming he's casting identify on it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It identifies as being very similar to the Hearthstone that you guys currently have. It's almost identical to it.
We stuck it in the thing, yeah.
Or had, yes.
But was it actively drawing power, or is it turned off?
No, it looks like it's actively pulsing with power.
Okay.
And I would also describe it as being about 10 times bigger than the one that you guys had.
Okay. All right. Well, at that point, I'm just gonna have Giancarlo kind of carry the lump of cheese back up, and just right there. I believe
Giancarlo, can you hand me the cheese? Can you hand me the cheese, Mr. Giancarlo?
Of course, Mr. Andrio, and just kind of hands over the lump of cheese.
I'm gonna try.
I assume I'm cottage cheese, so it's just like
no liquid involved.
All right, I rolled 11 plus 8 greater restoration, so that'll pass.
Yeah,
you didn't have to roll. You got a freebie.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had a free one.
Well, we'll bank that freebie and go with that spell casting roll, so you can still have a freebie. Within the matter of just mere moments, the cheese is gone, and there's Foreign sitting on the ground.
Why am I back in here?
You turned yourself into cheese.
Oh shit! I thought it was a trap.
No, fromage. No.
Yeah,
fromage,
no. I was trying to find traps down there, and my magic ain't working right.
I was able to identify that chunk of the hot stone. I'm not particular, as you have seen, but as far as I can tell, it was powering the room. It was, I don't know, maybe 10 times the size of the one I had seen that you installed in the other room. What was your plan?
Foreign has an idea, but it's. I feel like I should roll an insight check for it to see if I can confirm whether or not this is what he. Like Foreign's thinking of this might be just backup power. Like if all the stones got broken and spread everywhere, whoever hid the stones maybe didn't know about this backup power or couldn't figure out how to get to this backup power. And if that's possibly what this thing is.
Mr. Foreign, how many stones were missing from that original engine room that kept everything out of funk?
I believe
there was one working.
The one working
this
is
isn't
one I put together.
Yes.
I believe
there were 9
total rooms. Yeah. Because it had to do with them same temples we assumed earlier. All those Divini temples where we found the other one, all that good stuff.
Yes, I did not take. My memory slipped when we were in that room of how many there were. But regardless, what do we do? Fawn, what are you thinking of doing?
Well, there were the 3 conduits that one of them was doing all right, but the other was crackling out and faulting out. We took the one power stone off of it, and it's in the bag of holding right now. The one extra, I forgot what that stone was called, but we took it out and put it in the bag, or in the not the bag, in the
hole.
The hole, yeah. Giancarlo, that big stone was just floating there. Wasn't any traps around it or nothing?
None that I could see. I did not think to check for any. I merely identified it with my spectacles about what is it actually called? What is the actual thing called? With my spectacles of object reading, and that is what it was. It is a large heartstone.
All right. Well,
Shall I assist you in this, Monsieur Fawn? I feel you could use someone a bit more. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Thaddeus, how do you competent? Competent is the word I was looking for. Competent.
Cora just laughs. I really like the way the birds like pick on Foreign. It's interesting.
is that the only reason? Is that the only reason you brought him back, Professor?
No, I brought him back because I felt terribly about shoving him into back home without a word of explanation. He came here looking for me. He trusts his sous chef. Trusts his sous chef without eggs, just visibly just shaking in disappointment. I have chosen to trust him on that, but I owed him more than that. So I brought it. He risked quite a lot to come and assist, so I wanted to attempt to make amends.
Somewhere deep in the open doorways and hallways that you guys have been exploring, you hear a loud kind of clunk sound that echoes briefly, and then it goes silent again.
Sound like it's coming
so-
from back towards the entrance. where
Give
we
me a
came in.
survival check on that one, Melody.
All right. Well, that's a 6.
Cora got an 18. Cora actually looks up and she kind of points in an upward direction, like the sound came from up above.
From above.
Well, that would be where it came.
Probably from the pilot's chamber.
Oh shoot.
So
We got to get
Hey.
back up there.
yeah,
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo's just
Yeah, take the Giancarlo. Take the hole and go grab that big stone and come back out here. We're all going upstairs.
so I'm gonna go do that. Then just
Okay.
take the portable hole and just attempt to fly up and snag it out of the air.
You
Yeah,
gotta
give
set
me.
you gotta set the hole down to open it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're gonna come back to Giancarlo.
Yeah.
How attached are you to him if he does this? Is the question. So as Giancarlo heads down with the portable hole to go investigate down there about retrieving the stone, the rest of you go rushing up to the pilot's chamber. Once you get up there, the stasis chamber is open. The Githyanki is missing. All of the wards and protections have been deactivated, and there is a used teleportation circle in the middle of the floor.
God damn it. Can I roll an Arcana check on the teleportation circle? Just try and see if I can ascertain where it was going.
Yeah, go for it.
Nope. That's a nat 1 for a 6.
Yeah, it's too. It got too damaged during the execution of the spell. The circle itself is basically a material component of the overall spell effect. When all the magic is released, the markings and the anchor location and the destination get kind of disrupted, so it's pretty much not legible.
Does it look like the one or similar to the one that was outside of the doors when we were trying to come in here?
Yes, looks exactly like it.
God damn it! That fucking wizard got in here. Can I run down and check the traps that I set?
None of them are tripped.
Now, how in the hell?
You get the feeling he didn't come through that way. Came through a different way.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna head back down. Look, I'll call out to the group and head back down to where Giancarlo was.
Okay.
Like, look, ain't nothing around here. They didn't trip the traps. I'm going back down.
So,
Shouldn't we
Foreign, you're
check
heading
the
back
pilot?
down to work with Giancarlo.
It's more like protection, assuming that if we were down there, maybe that's where they're gonna go next.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey,
I want to investigate the pilot's chamber now that it's open.
Yeah, give me an investigation check if you would, please, Air Trio.
Can
I'll
I
say
help him?
Cora, yeah, I would say you can have the help action from Cora and Melody that are kind of giving you a hand.
I'm gonna hurt somebody. I rolled a 7 plus or -1 for a 6.
Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah, my second roll was a natural 1.
Oh no!
Melody, you might have to sage his room. It might be his
I
room.
think I don't know what
Oh.
happened, but the karma is really bad in there.
This
It's
is lore.
like-
This is
I
lore
am
night.
rolling so bad.
No. This is lore night. This is par for the course. Anytime we're trying to do some lore, anytime we're trying to learn some shit, we'll never roll high.
That is true.
It's from last
I
campaign
will
to this
say,
campaign.
even with a low roll, the one thing that you pick up on Air Trail is that there's no damage inside the interior stasis chamber. Like, it's all functional. There's a low hum, so you can hear the energy of an active power stone. You can see where the Githyanki that was held in place was released, and other than that, it just, compared to the others, this stasis chamber feels normal. Like it's still working technically.
Okay.
Giancarlo is down in engine room 5. The moment he lays out the portable hole as if to activate it, you know what? He'd be clever enough to try to. What's his passive insight, Professor?
16.
16. Okay, it's better than a 15, so he might pick up on this. As soon as he goes to activate the portable hole and then try to figure out a way to position it, the stone starts pulsing strangely and is beginning to draw on the energy of the portable hole, almost like it's attempting to drain the energy from the portable hole.
Can I do can I do like an Arcana check to see if I notice anything about it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I give you advantage on that. First is a 16. Okay, 16.
16. Whenever he activates the portable hole or deactivates it, it causes the stone to trigger. When it's active, the stone gets kind of a little bit kind of pulsy and kind of weird. As soon as he folds up the portable hole and puts it away, the stone normalizes. It kind of returns to normal.
All right, so I'm going to leave it closed for now.
Okay. At which
The,
point you'll see that Foreign arrives in the chamber with you.
Hey, nobody in here, right? I mean, besides you.
But the portable hole, if I try to activate it, the stone pulses. I believe it is attempting to draw power from it. Are there any, like, how is it secured to a wall, or is it literally just
And it was
floating?
floating.
It's just floating.
Okay, so it's not actually, like, there's no physical connection between it and it.
None whatsoever. It's just sitting there in the middle of the chamber, floating, clockwise, giving, and it's a large stone, and giving off a lot of crackling, pulsing light. But now it's dimmed a bit. It's a little bit less erratic now that the portable hole's been put away.
All
I don't
right,
want
so
to damage
I'm
the
just
hole
gonna
again. You taking the whole? You give me the whole back?
Yeah, I was gonna give it back to you. Oh God, sorry. I'm used to being in the bottom left-hand corner. When I looked at it, I'm like, that's not me.
You think we can move it?
Like between the two of us, like physically move.
I mean, it's floating there. What happens if we push it?
So, I'll fly up.
I mean, it should. Professor or Giancarlo feels it's safe to touch because to cast Identify, you'd have to touch the object. So it didn't do any backlash or didn't do any kind of psychic or any kind of damage when he touched it. In fact, it was just very cold to the touch.
All right. I mean, I identify that I do not believe it is dangerous. What you can also fly, can you not? Why do we not bring it down and examine it on the floor?
I mean, it's kind of. I assumed it was floating at the. Well, yeah, I guess it was floating up in the center of the room. Yeah, sure. Let's get it down here.
Yeah.
It does not. It does not budge.
Oh.
It's like you both got to reach up and try to pull it down, and it doesn't budge.
So one of Giancarlo's weapons is a silver scimitar because we're in the astral plane. Can I try to touch it to that and see if there's any reaction? Like if it does anything to
no reaction. Pulls it out and touches it and just gives off a little vibration, a little bit of hum of the energy, the power, and it, but other than that, nothing happens.
I'm gonna try locate object again for Anadag's because we got here and we were looking for Anadag's thing and we found this instead.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah. That's a 17 on that roll, so that one passed.
He's inside the stone.
Oh shit.
Well, at least the stasis pod is.
Giancarlo, if you were a stasis pod, how in the hells would you fit inside of this tiny ass stone?
Why are you asking this of me? I'm a chef and a swashbuckler. You are asking the wrong alcohol for this. I'm just saying, and I doubt that my husband has many experiences with things of this nature.
I have a really bad idea. You want to try it out?
I'm curious when the last time you had a good idea was, but you know what? What is life without risk?
This one is a bad idea at on its face. It's not so usually it's a good idea that actually turns out like shit. This one I'm certain is a bad idea. But
what is life without risk? I will say if I am horribly killed, and you survive, my husband will smash you into paste. I need you to understand that. Like I do not necessarily wish it upon you, but that will happen.
That's why we're going to go down to the door before I do it.
I would imagine Ford would just tell Giancarlo it was your idea. It was Professor Calvatros's idea. I tried to stop him, Giancarlo.
So I'm gonna Giancarlo and I will fly down to the door to the entrance where the void door is, with the intention of being at the void part, and I'm gonna take out my rifle and aim at the stone.
Oh, you wish to? I can absolutely help you with these. I'm gonna pull my pepper box out. So we're shooting it.
Right, but my rifle, we're at range. It's 220 feet away. With my rifle, I get that shot fairly easily. But the point is, we're far enough away that if it blows up, we can hop in the void first, and maybe we don't die.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an attack roll. See what happens.
Yep.
All right. So that is good. That's long range for my pepper box, but
it's standard range from a rifle. So,
okay.
But I was gonna give myself advantage on that attack first, but because I am shooting a fairly small object at that range.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna use Zephyr Strike. I'm gonna roll for that real quick first. Fuck me, that's another nat 1 on my casting roll. So maybe something else.
Holy shit.
Dude.
Maybe something else could have happened
I
first.
feel less alone with the rolls you're having.
Yeah,
Hey,
give me a D100 there, Ford.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 50-50 on these, so that's a 5.
Oh,
I rolled
dear.
a 00 and a 5. I mean, it's a 500. I rolled a 500.
Exactly. There you go.
It's these and these. It's a 500, right?
Forn, go ahead and roll 12d8 for me, if you would, please.
Ooh, buddy, that's gonna hurt.
Uh-oh.
No.
Well, I'll survive this, so I'm okay.
You said 12. I'll roll 6 and then 6. All right. My D8s are betraying me. 8, 16, 24,
No. Are you
29.
serious?
Yes, 29.
You rolled 3 8s?
Oh, no. I they added up. But the second time I rolled 2 8s and a 7, though. So 29 plus 8, 16, 26, 32, 37, 29, 37 is 56, right? No, 66, right?
Yep.
66.
Basically, it's arcane backfire.
Yep.
Everything around within 30 feet of you will take half as much damage. So Giancarlo will need to take half of that damage that you just rolled.
So 33.
Correct. Take 33 points of arcane damage. Well, Forn,
Forn's
you
knocked
need
out.
to pick. You need to pick at least. Oh, you're unconscious now?
Oh, yeah.
You also need to pick at least one magical item that was permanently destroyed.
All right. On my
Oh.
person, thankfully, I had several. So,
Wait, you have one of the.
You did have those little daggers.
Well, keep in mind, it has to be an active magical item. It has to be something that you're wearing, using, that's being physically used. It's part of the effect.
okay. Yeah, that's gonna
Like
be my,
either your rifle, your
Yeah,
pistol, your
my
sword,
studded, my
your
armor, my studded leather armor.
okay. It's
'cause it was-
magical.
Studded leather armor of the Swift, yeah.
Okay, that is now disintegrated due to the arcane backlash.
No.
And Foreign is unconscious. Foreign, give me a death save, if you would, please.
Watch me roll another nat 1.
That would be pretty funny.
Oh, it was an 18 though.
Nope, that's
Okay.
one success.
Yeah.
Giancarlo, Foreign is at your feet, unconscious and dying.
I'll take a turn to stabilize him.
Okay, give me a medicine check as you do that.
Where's his medicine? I don't think it's terrible. Man, it's a +2.
18.
18. You are no longer making death saves. You're still unconscious, but not dying. Therefore,
Yay.
So I don't think I'm going anywhere for a hot minute. If I'm able to, I'd like to use steady aim and try to take a shot at the stone.
yeah, go for it.
So that gives me advantage on it. It is long range, so would that just be a regular roll to hit?
Yep, that's a regular roll because disadvantage at long range.
Yeah. All right. So and that's +9 to hit.
On that leather armor,
That is.
I was going to ask Storyteller a question while you're rolling. Sorry.
You're fine. That is an 18 to hit.
So, as Foreign is stabilized at your feet, you lift your pistol, set off a round. You watch as the round strikes the stone dead center, and when it does, it gives off this liquid, warbly noise and disappears into the stone.
Ooh.
Almost like you shot into a portal.
Really? Zin, I'll just kind of kneel down and just kind of, not for damage, but like just kind of smack for him. Like, wake up!
We'll give him 1 hit point.
You hit a hit point into me.
The smack restores
did.
the hit point.
My question was what the leather armor, is it green item with the leather armor blur? Sorry,
I mean,
it's just standard leather armor with blur effect.
Correct. Standard
Okay.
leather armor with blur effect. Yeah.
That's all. Because I was gonna build one real quick because that's gonna be the next armor I'm gonna wear.
Okay.
Oh fuck! Ow.
Can I perhaps suggest you stop attempting magical effects? You seem to be, you seem to be rather shit at it. You have nearly killed yourself multiple times in the. How long has it been? 3 hours I've known you.
58% of the time, it works every time. Right. So.
But
80% of the time, it works 42% of the time.
Right. So, look, it hurts. I smell bad right now, more than usual, but singed. Fuck, my arm was broken. God damn it.
It's not even broken. It's not there. It's disintegrated.
I figured the pieces of it were laying around me, like just yeah.
Like I don't mean to, chemicals they are not renowned for our sense of smell. That is more my husband's thing. But I have to be honest. The smell of burning leather, it is a bit of an improvement. I would. Have you heard of basic? I understand I am an avian. I'm telling you this, but water will not harm you. I promise this.
This is how you sneak around. You got to know how to do it, man. Right? So, anyway, what did... I'll try and shoot this thing. All right? Look.
All right. Bullet absorbed into it. It did no damage whatsoever. I mean, by all means, if you'd like to attempt it yourself, but I hit it dead center. My bullet disappeared into it. It was almost as though it phased through it.
All right. Well, you want to try and fly into it?
Well,
I will. We touched it, but we weren't trying to go into it. Look, remember that void thing? The way that void thing works, you just had to think about it, and it was like, get me there, and boom, you're there. Who knows? Maybe it's the same thing.
You know what? Sure, why not? I cannot. We may die horribly, but at least it would be funny.
Look, I'll go first if that's the case, right? You and Professor can stick around.
No, you're absolutely going first. Like I said, we may die, but it will at least be funny. I'll die with a smile on my beak.
I'll activate the ring again, fly back up to it, and I'm gonna touch the stone, but I'm trying to, in my mind, I'm thinking to push through the stone, like.
As Thorn and Giancarlo begin to interact with the stone, everybody else is up in the pilot chamber, I believe. What are you guys doing up there?
I would like to, because we had the imp gave us a sort of description of the wizard, and I would like to try to scry on him.
Ooh.
So I would say it's.
I got a 22 on my wisdom save.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your casting roll for starters.
Well, it's a nat 20. He got a nat 20 in his.
Oh, that's right. That one
yeah,
automatically goes off. Yeah, that's going to automatically go off. It goes off. I'll say you find yourself. Ooh, okay. Because you were a little bit physically familiar with what the wizard looked like when you guys kind of eavesdropped on him. I will say you get close to where you believe him to be before he resists the effect. So even though the spell goes off with the 22 wisdom save, I believe that's going to beat your spell DC on Scry.
Yes.
But as you are drifting over the desert and then into a massive city that you recognize to be Ankarel, and then you recognize the oasis gardens of the Cerulean Palace of Ank'Harel. And as you get close to the Cerulean Palace, all of a sudden you feel the resistance kick in and you're unable to locate or scry on Crick.
Okay. Melody, Cora, this wizard is far gone from here now.
Where did he go?
Ank'Harel. And he's within the Cerulean Palace.
That's got to be our next stop, right? How much more time are we going to spend on this ship, like wandering around?
Cora's like, I still don't understand how we're supposed to get off this fucking thing.
Yeah, do we have to wish our way back to the doors like before?
If we can find our way into another one of those like black fog things, maybe we can portal our way there.
We should probably try to go to the same one which we came to, I would assume, right?
Well, it's just a big wall where we originally portaled in.
I swear to God, Eric's cats are just pure fucking chaos.
Yeah, it's my idiot child. It's Houdini. It's been Houdini all day. My idiot son.
Well, I don't know if we're like supposed to find another void. It just, if we do, what do? Like, we want to get out of here and step into it and it takes us out? Is that what we're thinking it's going to do?
Maybe we just think about going to Ank'Harel like we thought about going to the ship and see what happens.
Yes,
I don't know.
I would agree, and I'm going to go try to get Thorn and the Bird Brains to come with us to exit, unless they've made significant progress with this.
Well, Jabaltros is with you guys. It's only Giancarlo and Thorn are down in the main engine room. As far as you know, experimenting or examining the large stone that they've discovered.
I'm imagining I didn't realize Jalbatros was right behind me, and I said bird brains to Cora and Melody.
I have.
I'm gonna send Thorn a message. Like, has he done anything to like try to relay like what's going on? Like, has he mentioned? I know he's in a different place, but we're completely ignorant of it.
Yeah.
He has not.
I died, or I got knocked out, but you know.
Well, you're conscious now, but could have smacked a hit point into you. But Giancarlo has not Giancarlo. The professor has another horrifically bad idea, but you know, par for the course.
I have an idea. The co-pilot we weren't able to locate. I could try drawing him through a gate.
Should we check in with Thorn and your husband and see if they've made any
probably for the
progress since
best.
they were tracking him?
I'll shoot Giancarlo a message. Just
Okay.
Oh, dear, we wanted to see what's going on your side. Could you could you give us a quick sit rep? Giancarlo, he has Thorn has managed to nearly kill himself again. We found a large power stone. It seems to be absorbing bullets. We believe the co-pilot is within the stone somehow. Don't really understand that. It is, you know, the size of a breastplate. I don't know how that is done. Again, Thorn nearly died. We are trying some. We are brainstorming ideas. Just kind of relay that to the group.
Look, I mean, saying I nearly died is not really saying much because that's pretty common, you know.
That I don't think that is making the point you wish it to.
Right, but I mean, I guess I'm saying it doesn't share the perhaps intent of urgency or terror that it would if it would say Eritrea had died or, you know, Melody had nearly died.
Oh, are you saying you are disposable to the group? Are using canon for that? That I understand. That I understand. I feel like I wasted my efforts there a little bit, but I'm glad that you have clarified this.
Who was trying to go through the stone?
Me. Fawn.
Forn, as you approach the stone, you try to place your hand on it. You watch as your hand goes through, then your wrist, then your forearm, and then like up to ankle deep. The stone would be big enough for you to kind of mimic the idea that you crawl into it almost.
I'm going in.
Yeah. As you crawl in, you kind of onto the ground. It's a small 50-foot round chamber with no exits or entrances other than the opaque energy behind you, which would be your way back. And in the middle of the small chamber is a stasis chamber that looks to be intact. There is very much a sleeping Githyanki inside the stasis chamber. More interestingly, you see no active runes, wards, or protective glyphs on this one. Almost as if they didn't know he existed.
So did the bullet make its way through?
Yeah, like Ford, you could see on the backside of the chamber a ricochet round kind of like took off a big chunk of stone.
Huh. I really did shoot the bullet inside. Well, this guy's not dead. All right, I got a better idea. I'm gonna use my token and reach out to Eritrea. Hey, went through the stone. This Githyanki is not dead. He's in his stasis pod, in stasis.
There's no sense that your token is connected.
Oh shit!
Like you're talking into it, and you're expecting to feel the vibration of the magic work. You don't get the feeling that it's working.
I'm gonna turn around and try to put my head through the hole, the energy left over.
Yeah, it goes through.
So like just my head sticks out of the stone. Like, hey,
Yeah.
there's a live Githyanki in here. Well, he's asleep, I guess, but he's in here. This room is not very big though, about 15 feet. So I don't know how many of. I guess we could all fit in here. Just be really snug.
I just kind of flap my wings, like I'm not doing that. No, that is entirely too cramped. You have fun.
Did you use your token with your head outside your body to me, or did you just tell Giancarlo?
Well,
I was just telling Giancarlo. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay,
just talking to Giancarlo. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you prefer I go in there and attempt to shift the Githyanki, or were you planning on perhaps trying to move him in his stasis pod into the portable hole? I'm just saying you are moments from death. A strong breeze can knock you over. That is all I'm saying. I'm aware we are in the Astral Sea.
If this, I'm thinking of it this way: if this thing is a portal and I'm inside of a portal and I open the portable hole inside of a portal, what do you suppose is going to happen?
I mean, it will be entertaining from the outside.
Perhaps you're standing awfully close to call it entertaining.
I said when you were saying you had a stupid idea, I said life is risk. I stand by that.
Imagine Giancarlo slowly taking steps backward.
I mean, even I'm smart enough to know that's a stupid idea. I called the other one a bad idea. I didn't call it a stupid idea.
I honestly, you know what? Fair enough. What is it you are planning on doing?
I'm gonna, while my head is out, I'm gonna try and message Eritrea again.
Okay, you feel the magic connect.
Yeah. Hey, in this room with this giant stone, I'm inside the stone. It's snug fit to get through that hole there, but this Gith is alive. He's definitely not dead. His stasis pod is active.
And can I
you can't respond.
I can't reply. I can't
Yeah.
reply. I just hear this.
And Thorn's like, oh yeah, you can't reply to me.
Cora's like
I,
looking at Eritrea. Why does it always look like you're talking inside your head?
And I relay this to Melody and Jalbatros and race down. Oh, look at that.
Turns to Cora. It's one of Thorn's things. If he hands you a fingernail or a plate of hair or some other disgusting effluvia, he can speak to you through it. You just can't respond.
I
useful.
wondered
It's
about
just
what he does
awkward.
with those toenail clippings when he clips his toes at night.
I know.
So,
It's disgusting.
I eat
gross.
some of them. It's a little healthy, right?
No.
That's what my dog does.
That's
No.
not how science works.
It's that keratin. You need that keratin, right? It's...
Yeah, so I race back to where Ford was, and I want to get into this crystal. I don't know. if you
Yeah,
guys-
I'll head down as well. I'll head down as well.
Cora will
Yeah.
follow.
Professor's going with just like
I wonder if
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
a way,
eventually. Yeah,
I'm
eventually,
going to
guys.
drop a rope out of it because I assume the crystal's up in the air. So I'll toss a rope out.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I'll
it's
secure
like
it in the room.
It's like 6 feet up in the air, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, when you guys start rushing back down to where they are, that's when you realize you're staring at a void. They had stepped into the void to drop down into the chamber. So each of you, one by one, step into the void and reappear down in the bottom of this massive chamber. It's really weird because they're 6 foot. This like large suitcase-sized stone is floating 6 feet in the air. There's Foreign hanging halfway out, lowering a rope to Giancarlo, so it makes it easier for everyone else to climb into the stone if they choose to go into the stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the stone.
You grab onto the rope, start pulling yourself up, and Foreign heaves you up,
I'll
and you guys
pull
watch as Eritreo's upper body, then his midriff, and then his legs all kind of slide into the stone. As you slide onto the ground where Foreign is, it's lower on the inside. So as you come into the inside, you find yourself kind of like tumbling onto the ground. You get to your feet, and it's a round 50-foot chamber. You know, it's just this perfectly round 50-foot chamber. And in the middle, sure enough, there's a Githyanki stasis chamber that is currently active. All the little bells and whistles look to be functioning. There's no decomposition or any kind of medical issue with the Githyanki as far as you can see. And there does not appear to be any glyphs or wards. Whoever ambushed this ship, the two of you get the distinct feeling they did not know that this Githyanki existed.
Ford, you look like hell. What the heck?
I tried to cast a spell again.
All right, well, let me try to get you to feel better.
Oh, this could be bad.
As a 13 plus 8, that'll succeed.
21. So
Yes.
that spell will go off.
Woo!
All right, so let me get all these out.
Eritrea, the font of endless healing.
Right.
That's what Eritrea means in Celestial, right? Font of endless healing.
Yes.
hey, buddy, come on. Step in a little butt.
43 points back to you, Ford. That wasn't that great of a roll. Very mid.
Better than I was.
Yep. Well, good. I'm glad you're looking a little bit better now. So,
I still stink, but you know.
can we get into this pod?
Look, I'm worried about that Githyanki. I ain't never dealt with a Githyanki before. I don't know what all their
Me neither.
talents and skills are, but the other ones didn't seem particularly kindly. And we could just break the pod so that Anadag, also dies, and then we're out of danger, right? But also, we don't know how to start the ship back up.
I mean, I would be worried if he would think that we're the ones that killed everybody. But we don't look that well. He probably doesn't even know this happened. I would imagine.
Right.
Possible.
But also, you know, what they
he's
said
in
about
the-
the Git before is they hate everybody that ain't them. So the odds that he ain't just going to try and kill us as soon as we open it up is greater than 0.
I could try, using a hold person on him. And would I have like some sort of advantage if he's asleep and I try to use hold person on him?
Well,
I would give
more or
him.
less.
I would give him disadvantage on the wisdom save.
I could try to kind of just essentially paralyze him.
My
try
concern
to-
is more that opening the hatch is going to be what wakes him up.
Can I not do it through?
I think it's a target you can see.
Yeah, it's just a target I could see, so
Yeah.
he could be locked in there when I do the spell.
How large? I know I'm not in the room, but just for illustrative purposes, how large is the stasis chamber?
It's. I mean, the chamber itself is 50 feet around. So, roughly, I think, what's that? 25 feet in diameter. And then the stasis chamber that the Githyanki is in is 10 feet long by 4 feet thick, and just kind of like sealed into that chamber. The big difference is that there's no glyphs of warding, and the chamber appears to be working as expected.
I got you. Okay. Never mind.
Can I take a look at the stasis pod and see if does this look like it opens from the inside or does it open from the outside?
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah. And it's just to try and see if you need to open it from the outside or inside, because if we wake him up while he's in there and he can't open it, that's also fine. That's investigation. That's an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
Hard to tell. It could be it would make more sense that it opens from the inside, but it could have an emergency release as well. It's hard to tell.
What say we try and lock this chamber shut before you wake him up?
All right.
Or anybody else could come in here too, right?
Yeah, the rope
everybody's
is still
safe.
hanging out the stone. So yeah, anyone else who wants to come in should be able to come on in.
I'll go and stick my head out and be like, y'all really gonna
I
let me
can
do
make
the
it
work
better.
ideas?
I can
Stay
make
in
it
here
better.
with
Hold
this
on.
thing?
Sorry, my husband just came in with a shark onesie.
I love it. I love it.
Baby. It was left shark or right
Are
shark?
you going to explain second Halloween? Oh, right, you don't know.
I did not.
Okay, so while he does this, I
Yeah.
go to a horror movie watch party with my friends called Gore Club. And instead of Valentine's Day, they do second Halloween.
Oh, that's
that's
brilliant.
So the
I
rest of my
love
friends
it.
are all dressed as final boys or final girls, and I am dressed
Nice.
as Bruce.
Mhm.
Hello, Houdini.
Hi, Houdini.
I
He's
love
been
that.
such a- Could you turn that light on?
Oh, it gets better. I'm pretty sure Diamond is bringing fake blood for everyone.
Nice. But, the professor would like to climb up and enter the portal.
Okay.
Really?
Eritrea and Forn will see Professor Jabaltros come plopping through the stone entrance.
Yeah, I'll come in as well.
Finally, somebody with some sense before we do something stupid.
Melody drops in as well.
Oh, and the party's here too.
Cora and Giancarlo are staying on the outside.
So, look, we've been having these ideas,
Thank you very much, you silly.
We could try to open it, but he could try to kill us. We could try to cast a spell on before we open it.
Literally, none
I don't
of
know how
you
he's gonna react. He could still
speak
try
or
and kill
understand
us.
Gith. Do you? None of you understand or speak Githyanki. Is that correct?
That's very correct. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and before we do anything that could potentially work out poorly, while he is in stasis,
I'm going to attempt to pacify him.
So I'm going to attempt to cast Pacify Person on him.
Okay. What's the save for that?
It's a Wisdom 14, so he's
Okay.
unconscious. Presumably he has no wisdom. Yeah, it's I rolled a 13, so the spell goes off.
Okay. I rolled a 2 plus 3 is a 5.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll
You need,
post the
you need a little rubber thing to put in your mouth for that, or what?
But I don't know it. What are you talking about?
A pacifier.
Oh, what?
Oh
That's
my
like
God.
the material
God.
component is a pacifier.
I thought you were talking about a ball gag at first. I was like, did you just watch Pulp Fiction or something?
I love it. I love it.
Oh, Raphael, we thought you were so innocent. No, like
I'm a bird. What is
So
it
for the next minute, it sounds like the creature is pacified. They cannot attack, cast a spell, or deal damage to another creature. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, but for these purposes, I'm going to say for the next minute, since we're not technically in initiative, he is now pacified.
So if anyone would like to attempt to get him out, he's not going to immediately attempt to kill us.
All right.
I suppose.
You said get him out. Foreign's gonna try and open the pod.
Give me a strength check, if you would, please.
Strength.
I feel like I'm just gonna go up and say no.
My strong suit. That's a 4.
It does not budge. It does not open.
Well,
Sir, we may need a little bit of muscle here.
Yes,
I guess it's stuck. Is there a button around here? I'll take a look at it for like a button or something to.
Yeah, give me a perception or investigation as you look for a release.
I rolled a 17 on my strength check.
Okay.
Perception is a 21.
As you start looking for it, you watch as Professor begins to like go full on swole. You can see the veins popping through his downy feathers as he's like it's making little creaky noises like it's about to pop open, but you find the release latch and you hit the chamber button and it just flies open with Professor kind of like tumbling backwards with it, and it flings open. It kind of the top kind of pops up, slides down. It's open.
Work smarter, not harder.
You're muted. Eric, you're muted.
You're still muted.
I know. I just did that, but yeah.
That would hit a bit harder if you didn't also try opening it with your, I would say, brute strength. But you know what? You've had a rough day, Ford. I'll take this loss. You win. You win.
All right, here he is. Does he have anything on him, like around him or anything like that?
No, like looking around, he's wearing that familiar leather armor. There is a long sword, 2 daggers, and a spear in the chamber with him, but off to the side. You also watch now that the lid is open, you hear these individual popping noises as these kind of like brass connectors on his arms, legs, and chest pop away. And you notice that he is now, before it didn't look like he was breathing, but now it looks like he's actually breathing.
Could I try to disable his armor, given that I have examined this armor before?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand as you do that.
Yep. Geez, that's a 14.
That's good enough. I'd say you know where the power switch is, and you know where like the mechanisms all bind to the small pearl stone. And you kind of like slide out the latch, and you feel the pearl stone drop into your hand, and you put it in your pocket. And you notice that his armor goes inactive.
And I'm also going to try and remove all the weapons from
Okay.
arm's length.
You gather them all up, which at the end of that minute, you notice his eyes are fluttering as he's beginning
Should
to
we tie
wake
him
up.
up? Well, I'll just cast hold person on him now.
Okay.
Keep him kind of paralyzed.
Yeah, that's a
Nat-
3 plus 3 is a 6. Did you roll another nat 20?
No, I rolled a nat 1.
Oh shit! That's the catastrophic table. As that spell will fail, let me get to the right table. Go ahead and roll a D100 if you would, please, Eritreo.
75.
Well, that's better.
Yeah.
I love how Melody and Eric are both not here at this moment as well.
Yeah, that's
like
the
the
irony
American
of that.
They're going to come
You
back and everyone's
and-
dead. What
You
happened?
and everybody 30
You guys
feet
know I
around
always hear all
you
walk off, right?
experience something called temporal recoil. All 4 of you are ejected out of the stone, and you land outside the stone by Cora and Giancarlo. You then watch as the stone begins to fold in on itself and wink out of existence.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, shit. Well, on the bright side, his armor doesn't work. Where do you think that went?
Do we have any indication? Well, probably not.
I mean, it's a negative effect of the wild magic. So you can give me an Arcana check on temporal recoil if you want. Anybody's free to make
right.
that check.
I got now I get a 22 on my Arcana.
Yeah, you've heard of this before, where sometimes wild magic does not accept the plane of existence. This stone has been thrown out into one of the many planes of existence and could be possibly anywhere in any of those planes.
Well, on the bright side, he's not on our plane, so we don't have to worry about fighting him.
Yeah, I just hope he didn't get tossed somewhere where someone more dangerous could use him to their advantage.
Oh, and
Hey, you know-
Eritreo, take 2 points of exhaustion.
Oof.
You know, Professor's got that book with that gate spell in it. He could try and draw him out, you know.
I was literally thinking of doing that myself. So I was like,
If anyone would perhaps be willing to assist me, calling Giancarlo here was pure luck. This is somewhat beyond my ability. I'm willing to try, but if anyone could assist, that would be most welcome.
Melody, what's your passive perception?
14.
14. So while everybody's kind of like busy just trying to discuss what just happened, Cora leans into your ear and like, Melody, what's that? And like points towards one of the outer edges of the big chamber that you're in. And you and Cora are watching as a foot-wide gradual crack is beginning to form. And then you and Cora look to another nearby wall, another crack is forming, and then another. You watch as a pile of stones clatter to the ground right in between you and Cora. Cora takes a step back. Is this place coming apart? Guys?
All right, guys, this place is coming down. We got to get out of here.
Oh, shit. Matt, door's back there.
Can I hop on? Is Will still with us? I can't move very fast right now. I'm actually like,
I'll hook you under the arm.
all right. Thank you. I would have trouble getting out of here.
It's like at that moment, like a huge chunk of stone, like right on the ground in between all of you. I need everyone to give me a deck save, if you would, please.
+5.
Yep. Cora is good.
I got a dirty 20.
That's a
All right, Giancarlo got a 22. I'm rolling for the professor now.
Okay.
nat 20 for a 34.
Okay, you're good.
14.
The professor got
Plus-
a
plus
what
five.
is it? Not
Plus
great.
5,
19.
which is 19. So as you guys are standing there, you just watch as huge chunks of stone, metal, and other strange bits of ruin are now like crashing all around you. And then deep underneath your feet, you can feel like rumblings of explosions, like collapse and explosions are beginning to form deep underneath your feet. You hear a metal screeching sound. It's when all of you kind of look up and you realize that the void gate is not there. There's no sense of an exit at this point.
What are we seeing?
right.
Like, are we seeing anything
Alright.
through the cracks as pieces of the ceiling are falling?
Yeah, like suddenly a bit of sand starts draining through. Then you feel more sand draining down from above. Another huge chunk of rock lands over off to the side, and more sand is beginning to drain in, almost like the chamber is beginning to flood with sand.
I would like to activate my ring so that I'm flying, but I'll also, to try and help everybody else out, try shooting the rocks, as like the bigger rocks as they're coming down, like
Okay.
asteroids, not just to break them up into smaller pieces.
Yeah, you're like taking
So-
you're taking pot shots on the ones that are coming close, and then they just turn into dust when you hit them.
So the professor, like, I did go ahead and roll for it. I did roll, I think, exactly what I needed to do. I got a 19 to cast Gate. It's a 9th level spell, so that'd be 19. Plus,
Yeah, it would, even without a modifier. It would be a 19.
well, I'm sorry, it
um,
was an 11 plus 8. But yeah,
Well,
yeah.
But you have to, it's not your
You don't
spell
get your
save.
full 8 because
you don't
it's
get
not.
plus 8. You only get
Yeah.
your regular spell modifier.
Yeah, not the spell attack, but the spell modifier.
Right. I mean, his. Oh, damn. Nope, that would be a 15. So I'll roll
Go
for
ahead
that.
and give me a D100 if you would, please.
All right.
Hey, another temporal displacement. Maybe it undoes what Eritrea did.
Oh, okay, that's wrong. Roll a D100 dice. Roll. 84.
84. Go ahead and roll 6d6 if you would for me, Professor.
All right. Give me a second, so I don't have them in front of me. $19.
19. Everybody takes 19 points of arcane damage
Ooh.
as you set off Spellstorm. And for the next minute,
Ow.
everybody within 100 square feet of, or anybody within 30 feet of Professor will continue to take 66 arcane damage, including Professor,
For how long?
for another minute.
Do we
I'm
know
flying
this?
higher up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm latched on to Ford, so
So I'm flying very
Gore like
slowly.
grabs Melody and says, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like grabs Melody and starts running. Like, where's your stupid Griffin Jalbatross?
So I did, luckily, 19 plus 4, so 23 this time.
So you cast it again, another gate spell. I love it.
So, yeah.
So with all this chaos kind of like erupting, suddenly, in the midst of all this, you see this 9-foot tall by 12-foot wide, like arcane gate kind of like form into existence. Everybody give me one last round of deck saves as you go running for the gate spell. But Professor, where are you tying this gate to? Where is it taking everybody?
No, that's
I'm
not,
trying
that's not
to
what
pull-
Gate is. Yeah,
Oh, God.
he's
I was
pulling
gonna
him in. Yeah.
pull the co-pilot or the second in command back through it. Like, I don't remember. I know it's in the notes.
You're gonna try to pull him back through this.
Yes, like trying to undo the horrible spell where it folded in on itself.
Um,
And what did I get? I got,
you have to speak the name of the creature, which you know the name of the creature.
Yeah.
So as this cavern is collapsing around all of you, what'd you get, Eritrea, for a deck save?
11.
That will fail.
Is that
Forn?
+5?
That's with the +5. I rolled a 6. Or I rolled a 5 +1.
Forn, what'd you get?
I got a 19.
You're good. Melody, what'd you get?
I got a 25.
You're good. Cora's good. Jalbatros and Giancarlo.
Giancarlo got 18. Professor got a 22.
The professor may not be able to take one. Hold on one second. Let me check something.
Okay.
Gate is concentration up to a minute. So I'm going to give you disadvantage on your deck save.
Okay. Okay, that's still not bad. What is that? That is. I don't think I added my +4 from Melody on that, but I still rolled a 10 plus my 8, so it's an 18 before the bonuses.
So you're good. The chamber's still collapsing around all of you. Don't forget to deduct 5,000 gold from your inventory, Prof, because that's the cost of casting the spell.
Yeah, the diamond or whatever it is.
Yep. And then the gate suddenly opens, and tumbling out of the gate is a very confused-looking Githyanki.
And I'm just going to. Has it been less than a minute?
I mean, it's still less than a minute, yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to yell in Gith, like, I know this is confusing. Help us stabilize this. The stone that was powering this is gone. It's like, can you bring it back? From
The Githyanki, surprised that a non-Githyanki is speaking his language, he just kind of looks at you.
He's pacified, so he's yeah.
Yeah, like
he's
he's looking around. And he looks at you, and he in
I'll
Githyanki,
explain as much as I can, but we need. It's like this has to happen now.
yeah, and he kind of responds to you in that moment, and he goes, "That stone is what powered the void. I don't know where the stone went. I don't know where I went. I don't know who are you people. Why am I and why is this chamber collapsing? What is going on?" He seems very confused.
The stone was absorbed. You were absorbed into the stone. Is there any others on the Heart Star? Anything else that could power this?
No, the stone I was in was meant to power this. That is what kept this chamber stable, kept the void magic that allowed you to travel throughout the entirety of the vessel.
Okay, 1 second. I'm looking something up real fast. Does the
In other words, I think we're fucked. Where's the pilot? Where's the crew?
It's been almost 2,500 years. They're all dead. I'm sorry, but
He just gets this wide-eyed looking kind of look at you, and then he realizes that his armor's not working. He doesn't have any of his weapons. He's frantically looking for something, but he is lost both in the effect of the spell as well as confused as to what to do.
So the gate spell lasts for up to a minute. It does not dissipate when the person comes through. So
Correct.
Forn or Eritrea, see if you can go through it and try to drag the thing back.
It's only one way.
It's only one way, though. You can't go back the other way.
According to the spell, gate's only one way.
Is it? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And what
One
if
side's
what was the consequence
entrance,
of
one
me
side's
failing that deck save? I may have missed that.
Oh, yeah. You'll take
Control.
18 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
from falling debris.
Okay. Hang on, because I'll post this because I'm reading it. The portal has a front and back on each plane where it appears. Travel through the portal is possible only by moving through its front. So I don't see anything in there about it only being one way. It's just you're only able to go through the front of the portal. It's not like you can go from the. It's I would say that like the way I'm reading this is like if I cast it, I could only go in through this side. I couldn't circle around and try to go from the back of this case. Am I wrong on that?
Well, hold on a sec. So,
I have those.
If that creature is on another plane than you are, the portal opens next to the named creature and transports it to the nearest unoccupied space on your side of the portal. So to the creature, it's presented with the front of the portal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's traveling through the front and then appearing alongside you off the back side of the portal. And the only way to go into the portal is through the front.
Yeah.
Right. But what I was saying is the way I'm reading that is like, again, it's a two-dimensional surface. So you can go in from the front, but if you try to circle around it, there's just nothing on the
Well, no,
back.
No. Technically, the back side of the portal is what you see. The front side of the portal is on the other plane that he was pulled through. That's why it gives you the one-way trajectory.
It's timey-wimey. Like you've got
Yeah.
one hole that's the exit and one hole that's the entrance.
Correct.
The back is the
Right, but
exit.
it has a front and
is
back
the
on
entrance.
each plane where it appears.
No,
It
it
does-
has
that's why
a front on one plane and a back on the other plane.
Right.
I will say the language does say the portal has a front and
Yeah.
a back on each plane where it appears, suggesting it appears on multiple planes. Unless you
Yeah,
guys
so-
read that to say no
No,
matter
that's
what
true.
plane you're going to.
I mean, you have less than a minute. If somebody wants to try to go through and grab the stone, you can certainly
Right.
try.
That's
All right.
That's what I was like, hey, or just see if you could grab. There's presumably no power. You might even be able to get it in the portable hole from the outside of it. You could duck out of that, and then
I'll try it.
all right, cool. Because
So I go from shooting rocks to flying through the portal. Through the
Yeah,
gate.
as you fly into the portal, you find yourself, it is absolutely freezing cold. There are these huge mountains of glaciers and ice everywhere. Down in a deep ravine at the base of these glaciers, you see this giant frozen city. And about 30 feet away from where you're standing, you can see that suitcase-sized stone, but it is still active.
Okay. I'm going to.
Give me a con save as you appear on this plane.
Okay. Oof. Oh, that's 10 plus 3 is a 21.
21. I get the feeling if you stay here too much longer, you're going to start taking cold damage because
Yep,
it
I'm gonna-
is freezing.
I'm gonna fly over to the. I'm gonna fly over to the stone, and I'm gonna try not to kill myself casting another spell. But we're gonna go for catapult because it lets me touch an object and make it move.
Okay.
that's awesome.
So I'm gonna try and catapult. I'm gonna try and catapult. It's first level spell, so I've got better odds at casting this one than I have of anything else I've cast. Or I'm gonna die in the middle of this frozen waste, and no one's ever gonna get me.
That's true too.
16. There's 16 on the dice. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, and I'll read it out. But catapult. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts a solid surface.
So you guys suddenly see on the gate, you watch as the stone comes flying through. And then suddenly Forn comes flying through the gate as well. Only when Forn comes through the gate, he is covered in ice and snow. He looks like he's like almost frozen to death by the time he comes back in. But as he tumbles in, the gate then collapses. As the minute has expired, so has the pacify as well.
Ooh.
It's at that moment you guys see a very pissed off Githyanki staring at all of you. And you watch as he cracks his knuckles, flames begin to appear, and as they appear, this sudden chunk of rock, because he rolled a 2 on his deck save, slams down on top of him, and there's just a puddle of blood and his broken limbs as he is crushed to death by a rock that falls on him.
All right. So
Chamber is still collapsing.
Even with the power source back?
Even with it back, it is still collapsing.
So we can't see any exits. It seems like our only way is up, right?
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, should we do an investigation check or perception check to see if we see any other exits?
I'm going to have Cora do a survival check.
Oh,
Cora looks at Melody and then points upward. There's this 20-foot long crevice that has opened up in the top of the chamber where sand is just spilling through like a waterfall. She thinks that's coming from the surface, and that maybe the best option is for everyone to try to fly up through that crevasse.
Okay. Guys, this way. Start running over there.
Yeah.
Can you get Giancarlo to do an Arcana check and see if he can think of a way to reconnect the Heart Star, the power source, the stone? The
Yeah, you give me an Arcana check based on what he knows.
All right, so the first one is a 20. Oh, that is a dirty 20.
He looks at you, looks at the stone, and he gets the feeling that the stone's power comes from the Githyanki being inside the chamber. He thinks that once that Githyanki was pulled out of the chamber, it permanently disabled the star. It disconnected it from the greater chamber and all the magic that was tethered to it, keeping the void teleportation system functional. He also gets the feeling that the reason why everything's collapsing with the collapse of the void magic is because the place is so old. Like nature has grown up around this place, and what you're actually experiencing is that collapse of, over 2,000 years of like natural kind of, evolution of the space that is no longer being kind of magically contained.
So I'm just going to, Giancarlo, I think, just looks at the professor and just like, I trust you to get me out. And he's just going to dive into the stone and try to reconnect himself in the chamber.
So Giancarlo's going into the stone?
Yeah, he's going to try to seal himself back in the stasis chamber.
What is everybody else doing at this point? You watch as Melody's running towards an area of the chamber to get underneath the crevasse. Cora can't fly.
I can fly, but I
Melody can't fly.
Yeah, like
Melody. Brightquill's around somewhere, so Brightquill can help you out.
Cora will hand her spotted cat to spotted leopard to Eritrea and yell at him to get the hell out of here. Cora will immediately grab Melody and climb onto the back of Brightquill at this point. Professor's able to fly on his own, and Thorn, you have fly active as well, correct?
Well, I'm laying on the ground because I was freezing cold after popping out of that portal. But if Giancarlo's going to go try and plug himself into that thing, like, Thorn is compelled to try and help that.
All right, you're more than welcome to try.
Because I don't know how he'd seal himself. So I'm going to go in and try and help him close all that shit.
All right, so Ford and Giancarlo are trying to figure out the stasis chamber.
I'm going to get out my tome, so if I have to roll for anything, I'll get advantage on it.
So, Ford, give me a Tinkerer's check as you examine everything. And I'm going to say you have advantage on this because Giancarlo is helping you. Everybody else... I get
advantage from the book, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
Everybody else, pick a skill that you want to use to try to escape the chamber since it's collapsing.
Oh.
And then describe how you're using that skill.
That was a 17 unadjusted.
Okay. 17 is going to be high enough for you to figure out that this requires Githyanki to operate it. You see enough of the remnants of what he was plugged into to tell you that if you're not Githyanki, this is probably not going to work.
Yeah, you don't have. Look, Giancarlo, I get it. You don't have the holes on your back though. Look, you see all the things in there. I think it's just best we get the fuck out of here.
The professor is going to try to like use his brute strength to just kind of like punch incoming blocks out of the way. What level is this? Hey, Betty, stop it! All right,
So are you guys staying in the stone or exiting the stone?
I told Giancarlo I don't think it's going to work.
So I'm going to have Giancarlo poke his head out. We need a Kisenki, and I would like the professor to try to cast Revivify on the dead Githyanki.
Oh, he's not even around. He's
splattered.
Yeah, he's splattered. It's been over 2 minutes.
Has it? Because I thought we had only been because the spell itself only lasted a minute. So like gate that was still open when Form made it back in.
Well, remember, you made it back in as Giancarlo. Tinker's check, investigation, try to see if it would work. It wouldn't work. You come out. It's already been 2 minutes since he died. And there's not much left of him either.
All right. So
I survival check to enroll the 17 to try to kind of navigate my way through the falling rocks and falling sand, for the best possible path through the hole.
Okay, so what skill set are you using?
Survival.
Yeah, give me a survival check, Air Trail.
Okay. 17.
17. Anybody else before Giancarlo or Forn try to leave the stone? Cora did a survival roll as well. She got a 22. Melody?
Can I do a performance check to sort of acrobatically swing my way up?
Fuck yeah.
Crevasse? Okay.
That's badass.
All right. Let's see.
She's gonna inspire everyone with her acrobatic.
Well, it's a 9 plus 3, so that's a 12.
That's a 12. Take 26 points of bludgeoning damage in the process.
All right.
Professor Jalbatros, what are you attempting to do? What skill?
I'm trying to protect the stone that Giancarlo and Forn are in by just
you're like, hold on to it.
Punching things out of the way. Well, like I'm standing above it and just like punching or deflecting debris falling out of the way. So strength check.
It's got to be a skill, not an ability check.
Oh, I'm sorry,
athletics.
skill. My fault. Athletics. Well,
athletics
in this case.
Well, either athletics or acrobatics. Yeah, either one of those.
That's fine. It's a acrobat. Oh, that's Giancarlo. Damn it. Where are you, Professor? I have both of them right in front of me. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. So one by one, you guys are pushing through the crevasse. Brightquill is making it slightly easier for Cora and Melody, who are on the back, and kind of like Melody is like almost like doing gymnastics, trying to avoid the following. But then Cora watches Melody as Melody takes a brunt of a stone, just like slams into her. Melody, go ahead and give me a con save, if you would, please.
Con save. All right. Well, it's a 13.
13. Just as you go, like you get hit by it, Cora reaches for you to try to pull you back up onto Brightquill's back. Just then, another stone slams into you as you were looking up, trying to pull yourself back in. Bam! And then you can see like a little bit of light kind of forming above everybody. Take another 22 points of bludgeoning damage, if you would, please. And for this final push out through the crevasse, I need everyone to give me either athletics or acrobatics, if you would, please.
What is that? That is a. Actually, I think. All right. That is a 17 for the professor.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Yep, that'll. Okay. Forward, what'd you get?
I'm still inside the stone.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
And Cora got a 12, so she's going to take damage. Eritrea, what'd you get? 4. So as all of you push and push and push, you find yourselves breaking through the light and out into the desert yet again. But as you break out, you suddenly notice a large chunk of the statue breaks away. Kind of like falls over onto the sand in the crevasse area where you come spilling out. Professor, you climb out and fly out at the last minute with the stone. Both Melody and Cora will take 24 points of bludgeoning damage. And then Arrow Trail, you will take 24 points of bludgeoning damage as well.
I'm down.
Cora is
I'll go
still
over,
up,
I'll
so
be-
she'll grab your unconscious body, start dragging you away, because all of you, now that you're on the sand, there's two things you immediately notice. The entire sand edifice, this massive statue, is coming apart. The other thing you notice is that there's no one else here. All the tents are gone. Everything is gone. It's also, for whatever reason, it's the middle of the day. Like, it is bright, shiny out. You can see the remnants of a camp that's been long taken down and gone. And all of you are now scattering. Cora's got Melody over her shoulder, kind of sprinting away with Bright Quill, kind of loping alongside as all of you scatter away from the edge of the collapsing statue until you kind of all come back together again, standing up on a big dune, you know, kind of looking as the entire statue is slowly collapsing into the interior of the sand below it. But you're safe enough away now that Melody's unconscious.
Should I roll death saves?
You can give me a death save. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a 15.
That's one success.
Cure wounds. I rolled 11 plus 8, so that'll pass.
19. Yeah, the
19.
healing pours into into Melody. Melody, your eyes fly open. You're conscious again.
Thank you, thank you.
Cora is staring at the sun, staring at the surroundings. We've been gone for a week.
What?
We've been gone for a week. Whatever we found and whatever we were passing through, it ate time. We've been gone for a week. Isn't that a Fae thing?
Why did they all leave?
And you just look, you're all looking around at you could tell that it's, been a week now since this camp had broken down and moved on. But what's interesting is you could see a pretty clear trail of a very wide column of people that have moved off in the northeasterly direction, which would best describe it as in the direction of Ankarel.
So what do we have Forn, or is he?
They're
Alright.
in the stone.
They're still inside the stone.
And that's all right.
Hi.
Are we able to reach into the stone? Does it have the same kind of fluidity as it did before?
Yeah, Archer, you reach in, your arm goes in, you feel a hand grab onto your hand, and Foreign
He came
starts.
out.
Well, yeah, Foreign comes out. Yeah.
Oh, y'all look like shit.
And then eventually Giancarlo will tumble out as well.
What happened?
Cora seems to think we've been gone for a week.
How are we gone for a week? We were just in there for about an hour.
You can see that the camp's all gone. You guys are watching as the last of that giant stone statue sinks below the sand line before it disappears. You can hear the steady rumble of it continuing to sink until it's just gone. And beyond where the statue was, you could see like a mile wide evidence trail of a very large group of people marching off into the desert in a northeasterly direction.
Forn would know the time dilation of going in and out of the Fae, right?
That's exactly what this feels like. And the other problem is it's a random occurrence. Sometimes a minute can mean an hour. Sometimes a second can mean a year. Sometimes a minute can mean a week. It just depends on what happens. But with your Fey ancestry, you're like, that's weird.
That shouldn't have happened like that. What other portals do you know of that makes time go different like that? Melody, I know the Fae does it, right?
Yeah, the Fae does it, I guess. That didn't feel like the Fae. I mean, it felt like we were in the Astral Sea or something. We were somewhere weird.
Giancarlo is just going to chime in like, no, we were absolutely in the Astral Sea. I would know that anywhere.
Isn't that where all the planes exist, though?
Yeah, does time move different in the Astral Sea?
The only thing that really moves different in the Astral Sea, and Giancarlo would know this, is that you use your thought process to move in and out of different areas of the Astral Sea, unless you're on an astral ship that will take you to other parts of the Astral Sea. That those void barriers that you were traveling through don't seem like those were the culprits. And that's when you guys all turn your attention to the stone that Professor is still holding on to. You get the feeling that stone may actually be the culprit.
Weird.
I'm gonna look. Giancarlo, you said whenever you tried to use the hole, I can never. When I need to say that, I can never think of portable hole. You said the portable hole made the stone react, right?
Yes, he tried to absorb it into itself. It felt like it was trying to.
Before he finishes talking, I've pulled the portable hole out and I'm going to snap it into shape to see if the stone reacts.
This time it does not.
It's not doing that thing now. Perhaps that was something tied to the. Look, we need to get. I'm not going to leave the stone here. I assume you're not going to leave it here either.
No, of course not. Well, that would be the height of foolishness.
All right, let's get it in. Let's get it in the hole.
All right. So, the professor will help him just kind of sit it in the hole.
Okay. It goes in. It's not doing that thing where it was draining from it. It seems to be, while it still has a bit of arcane kind of energy pulsing with it, it definitely you get that vibe that it's not doing that power drain like it was before. Maybe had something to do with the chamber or something about
the stones it was made from was the same as the Heart Star kind of material.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that you're leaning towards.
Yeah. Right. So if that stone has the same kind of thing that the Heart Star had, it is immensely powerful if it can be harnessed in the right way. So perhaps it's better left in the hole here away from prying eyes.
I have no reason to doubt you on this. I will certainly not fight you for possession of this.
It ain't about trying to keep it. It's about trying to keep it hidden.
I mean, I was taking that as way to step on.
So, well,
you guys are currently in the border regions of the dunes of the Panagrip Sand. You have a clear trail to follow if you choose to follow where the army went, where the Sandman took his people. Although they did have a combination of airships and other things going on. As far as you can tell, they're going towards Ankarel, based on the trail that they've left behind.
Why in the hells would they be going to Ankarel unless they're going to attack?
Why did they leave? I thought that they wanted the ship and they just took off. Did
Something had to draw him to Ankarel. Right? He wouldn't have left if it wasn't for something, right?
do we think that Crank or whatever his name was or Crick was working for the Sandman and they just wanted the pilot and they got whatever information they needed and then
Why would they send us there?
I don't know.
Or he
Get the
wanted to
doors
go with
open?
us. He didn't want us to go. He didn't want us to go by ourselves. Remember, we snuck in. Crick was there first.
Yeah, originally he wanted to journey into the to solve the doors in the morning, but you guys ended up sneaking in and ran into Crick, and then you solved the riddle and were able to get inside, and you guys did all that exploration. And as far as you can tell, based on Cora checking the sun and the idea of checking for time passing, she would have recognized a week has passed. 7 days has gone by.
I mean, it feels like everything is pointing to Ankarel right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He must have directed him to go there based on what I saw of him.
But we are far
Oh.
away from Ankarel. We are a long way from Ankarel.
You're
Maybe
2
our
months.
best.
You're 2 months by foot.
Do
Maybe
we
our
have
best,
anyone?
course
Did
of
you leave a
action.
token with? Yeah, did you leave a token with anyone on the Tiny?
No, but perhaps our best course of action is, not on Rockhaven.
But also, we got transported.
No, I
thought,
left one. I left
Didn't
one
we get-
with one of the guys. What's his face? Tam.
Tam. Yeah, Tam has one.
I left one with Tam before we left. Well, while we were still not before we left, while we were still on Rockhaven. But we were portaled off of Rockhaven, and I think we knew this was significantly farther away than we even were already.
Yep.
Perhaps our best course of action is try and track. Look, if they got a weak head start, if we ride hard, we might be able to catch them. That many people can't be moving that fast, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Although I don't know if we're leaving on good terms. But I don't know what other choice we have. We don't have any way to teleport. We don't have anyone we can call to teleport us unless we want to try and call. I think Karina maybe had the ability to do that. You know, Tiny is probably hundreds of thousands of miles away. So what choice do you have to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know how many thousands of miles away.
Everything's pretty far from you guys right now. I mean, the border dunes of the Panagrip are way south. You're deep south of Marquet at this point. You're actually not that far from the sea. If you were to travel directly south out of the dunes, you would hit the coastal region in 2 or 3 days.
Well, we could do
In
that.
fact, you guys do have a map, so let me pull up what you would see on the map. Based on where you guys currently are.
We were.
Are we in the Panagrip Sands?
Near Port
Yes.
Esper, right? We were
You
kind of
would
close to
be-
Port Esper at the ruins, right?
Do we think Dormir has any power to get us back? Do
Maybe.
we have any contact with him still?
I mean,
Since you guys
one of
do-
us has sending.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Yes.
You guys are 2 to 3 days away from the Gaze Grass Coast. So you're like in the central Panagrip Sands. Looking at the map, you guys are a long way away from Ankarel. However, if you were to get to the coast over there at Port Esper, and then take a ship along the coast to Barry Harish, which is a port city, and then take the Emerald Run River up into the Domace. I mean, you could probably make that entire journey in about 4 weeks to get to Ankarel.
It's too long. I'm going to try to contact Dormir to see if he can.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
good idea.
18 plus 8, so that'll pass.
Okay. What do you send him? Yeah, what's the message you send him, Dormir?
Dormir, we need help. We need fast travel to Ankarel from what is it? Where we're called the Sands.
We're in the middle of
Panagrip Sands.
Panagrip
We're in the
Sands,
middle of nowhere, Panagrip Sands.
near the Gaze Grass Coast.
Near the Graves.
Deepest Marquet.
All right, so I send that over to Dormir.
Okay. Right. A minute goes by. The first thing you notice is a little orb that presents itself above all of you. You recognize the scry spell, so it's probably Dormir scrying on you to determine where you are. Within the next minute, you watch as a teleportation circle flares into existence, and then Dormir arrives. He is carrying a large rucksack. He's dressed in travel gear. Well, it would seem you all got into a spot of trouble.
We may or may not have disappeared for a week.
We were kidnapped.
Well, I can tell you with certainty that all the Fey folk have been rescued, and Rockhaven is on its way to its new hidden location, courtesy of some magical arrangements that I've made with Tam and the others. So they're in good hands. Question is, where are we going? What is the plan?
I think we need to get to Ankarel as quickly as possible.
Yes, Ankarel. I'm not overly familiar with the city. I haven't been there personally. Is there a part of the city anyone is free to describe? And at that point, Cora will spend the next 5 minutes describing the Cerulean Palace.
Yeah.
At
At least it was empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll just drop into the palace.
Yeah. At which point, Dormir goes, good. He then begins to go through the 10-minute ritual of casting teleportation on this kind of like hard surface of sand and rock. Takes him a little while to cast it. He does the material components, does the runes, and then in Elven writes the name Cerulean Palace into the teleportation circle. He then brings his hands together. The circle's active. It flares into crystalline light. Well, there we go.
You are a lifesaver. I owe you a cup of coffee.
Of course you do. I don't know what coffee is, but it sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
We
We
have
might
been
ought
to the
to-
portal.
You know,
With that,
we're
Go
time
ahead.
bound now, but we might ought to have rested first. But sure, let's go.
all of you get onto the teleportation circle and gather around. Brightquill winks out of existence since he could just reappear later. All of you gather on the teleportation circle, and the next thing you know, you are inside a quiet palatial vista. Based on Cora's description, all of you are standing inside an empty palace. There are signs of activity had taken place recently. You can see these huge, tall windows up in the palace itself. Cora kind of like guides you all up a set of stairs quietly and onto the veranda. And as you look out onto the city, there is not a soul in sight. There's no airships in the air. The entire city looks completely abandoned. You can even see like tumbleweeds and fabric kind of drifting through the quiet streets. It just has that like ghost town feeling. No sounds of animals, no sounds of people actively trading in merchandise and mercantilism. It's just this kind of steady howling wind and an empty city all around you.
Well,
How is this possible? Isn't this the biggest city in Marquet?
It's a jewel
and
of
I
Marquet.
feel like I just saw a crit running through here.
Yeah, and your scry, yeah.
Well,
Although I guess that was a week ago.
That
Yeah.
was a week.
That was after you guys interacted with the stone.
I guess I maybe should have scried on him before we came here. But I think there at the very least we could probably get some undisturbed rest here.
yeah. So I'm gonna look. We're in Ankarel. We had other reasons to come Ankarel first, right? I'll step over here first. I'm gonna try and cast a spell, but I'll step away in case it goes bad. All right. I'm going to try and cast Locate Object, specifically on the bangle that Jamansa Ord wore.
Okay.
Because we were originally coming here to see if Jamansa Ord was in the dungeons.
Along with the Bright Queen, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. So I'll check Jamansa Ord first, and then I'll check Bright Queen if I survive the first roll.
Go for it.
That's 12. Cool. It's a level 2 spell, so that first one went off. That's for Jamansa Ord's bangle. And I'll go in and roll the second one real quick. Nope. The second one does not go off. It was a 5.
The first one, you get no sense of connection with the bangle. No sense that that's anywhere within that 1,000 feet of locate object. Now, that could mean she's further down somewhere or further away somewhere from the Cerulean Palace. The Cerulean Palace is a very large place.
Mm-hmm.
The second spell was for the Bright Queen.
Yeah, but I didn't get the spell cast. So
Yeah, go ahead and give me a D100 if you would, please.
Oh boy. That's a 26.
26.
That's gonna hurt.
Go ahead and roll 2d10.
Okay. I just rolled 2d10.
Yeah, that is ironic.
15.
15. You permanently lose 15 hit points
What?
until your next long rest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But it can't be healed until your next long rest. So it's like if you were in a tussle right now, you'd be down permanently 15 hit points until your next long rest.
Yep.
Time to go to sleep.
Right?
Yeah. Even though it's the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's been a rough day.
The palace.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, the palace, the way it's constructed, you guys easily find the central staircase that takes you up into the heart of the Cerulean Tower. This is where Jamansa Ord personal residence would be. It takes you some 120 feet up into the great spire of the Cerulean Palace. And once up here, you can see that Jamansa Ord's room is this massive veranda, open air built residence that is entirely encircled with a veranda that looks out 360 degrees on the entirety of the city. At which point it gives you guys this amazing vantage point down into different parts of the city. And that's where it gets even weirder, because as you look down into the different parts of the city, you see little snippets of things like there's still hanging laundry. You could see a cart filled with rotting vegetables. You could see, you could see what looks like in the middle of people doing their normal daily activity, it just came to an end. Like it just raptured. It ended, and all this stuff and all this material and everything that was going on under a normal daily life just kind of stopped, and all the people just sort of disappeared. In the center part of her residential chamber is like this large sitting area, these kind of traditional nomadic lounges allowing people to sit and speak with one another. You can see on the back part of it, you can see where this kind of a series of bedroom chambers, many different chambers that can be used as bedrooms, are attached on the back end, slightly elevated on a loft. And once again, even being in here, it doesn't feel like this room was being used at all. It just feels like kind of Decora's description, once again, an extension of the abandoned feeling of the city itself, just a place not being used at all. Until at last you see on a sandstone wall on the interior of the cerulean chamber that you're in, somebody has written in dried blood on the wall, and these words just kind of all look at you as you guys see it, like almost like somebody was desperately trying to leave a message. Hell has opened its mouth. We are all doomed. Look for the library under the water. Find the truth of this place before, and then it just kind of trails off like they were still writing, and then they fled.
Well, they wouldn't bother to carve arg, is what you're telling me.
I refuse to follow.
Perhaps he means the Castle Camargue.
And I think that's where we'll finish tonight. It's a good stopping point. So you guys go ahead and linger. We'll talk about the schedule, since we've got a one-shot coming up next week, which is going to be a fun prequel. But we'll have Callista back next Sunday as well. So everyone, thank you for coming out and watching. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game. And we will see you all next week. Good night, everybody.